The Dallas Mavericks tank continues as they lose to the New York Knicks tonight in a game where the Dallas Mavericks didn't have any of their best players. There was no Anthony Davis, no PJ Washington, no Derrick Lively or Daniel Gafford, but they still put up a good fight, still showing that the Dallas Mavericks are a deep team and they have role players that know how to step up. And aside from losing and continuing the tank, Naji Marshall had a career night, as well as it was the last night for Kessler Edwards as a Dallas Maverick. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the box score, go over the game, what looked good, what looked bad, and of course, who stood on business. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we are currently sitting at 20,063 subscribers. I just want to say thank you guys so much for hitting that goal of 20K all in the first year of me being on YouTube. Absolutely amazing. But if you're enjoying everything that we're doing here at Mavericks Digest, with our watch-alongs, our news vids, our giveaways, and everything else in between, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But the Dallas Mavericks, after a pretty good game yesterday where we got a big win against the Brooklyn Nets, Anthony Davis returned, we had PJ Washington, we had a lot of our other guys, and we won in Mavericks fashion. However, in tonight's game, it was the complete opposite. We lost in Mavericks fashion. We didn't have Anthony Davis as he is yet to start playing in back-to-backs, but he will play in Thursday's game against the Orlando Magic. There was no PJ Washington as he does have a left ankle sprain. Doesn't seem to be anything too serious, so he should be back within the next several games, next 2 to 3 games really. But the Dallas Mavericks still put up a very good fight in tonight's game. We were tied at halftime. Guys were hitting shots. The defense was amazing. We had Kai Jones going absolutely crazy in the first half. We had Spencer Dinwiddie being Spencer Dinwiddie, but in a good way. Everything was flowing. Everything was firing on all cylinders. You had Naji Marshall having a career night. Brandon Williams looking great off the bench as well. But then the second half came and things just kind of fell apart. The Knicks really did make the right adjustments after halftime. And the Dallas Mavericks, it looked like we also made adjustments. They were all the wrong adjustments. The exact way we played in the first half was not the same way that was played in the second half. We ended up only scoring about 16 points in the third quarter. And by the fourth quarter, the game was already gone. The Knicks were up by as much as 20 points at one moment. The game was a wash, however, it did show a lot from the Dallas Mavericks. Like I said, Naji Marshall had a career night, was absolutely unstoppable. I've said it many times myself, that Naji Marshall floater, I trust with my life. But on top of that, we also had Brandon Williams looking like headband Kyrie out there, attacking the basket several times, looking like an amazing ball handler for the Dallas Mavericks, and someone that we may want to give a roster spot to. But if we take a look at the box score right here, Kai Jones only had 9 points, 1 block, 1 steal, 2 assists, 8 rebounds. He shot 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 2 from 3. He actually opened the game up with just a wild 3, which was absolutely amazing. And he shot 3 of 6 from the floor. Kai Jones, honestly, you could argue this was his worst game as a Maverick, as he had about 4 personal fouls. However, it was still a good game in my eyes by Kai Jones, a player who I really do hope we stick to and we hang on to for the foreseeable future. And Naji Marshall, who had the career night, had 38 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 7 rebounds, shot 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 1 of 3 from 3, and 17 of 25 from the floor. Naji Marshall was unstoppable, just bringing the ball down, setting up everyone else for plays where ultimately just came back to him and he just drove to the basket. Floater, floater, floater. It was floating everywhere, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a Naji Marshall, or wherever it goes. Naji Marshall was amazing tonight. Attacking the basket, doing all the right things, hitting his shots, getting guys open, playing great defense, doing everything that comes with somebody who's nicknamed the knife, the Swiss Army knife, able to just pull everything off. And this isn't the only game that Naji Marshall has been playing like this. He's been playing this well over the last several games, the last at least 10 games. Naji Marshall has been absolutely balling out, been stepping up big time in the absence of all of our key players, which goes to show that come next season, Naji Marshall will continue to be a player that we can rely on when things get rough, if they even get rough. But continuing with the box score, Spencer Dinwiddie had 13 points. He had 2 blocks, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, shot 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from 3, and 4 of 11 from the floor, but he also had 4 turnovers. Klay Thompson, not the best night, had 6 points. He had 1 assist, 3 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 0 of 3 from 3, and 2 of 11 from the floor. Just an up and down night from Klay, and hopefully that turns around, maybe possibly. If you want the team to tank, then you would hope for Klay to continue to play like this, I guess. Dwight Powell off the bench had 4 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Brandon Williams off the bench had 22 points, had 2 steals, 3 assists, 1 rebound, shot 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 1 of 2 from 3, and 7 of 11 from the floor. Like I said, he looked like headband Kyrie out there. He was attacking the basket, hitting his shots. He was playing great defense, getting steals. Brandon Williams is slowly but surely becoming a fan favorite. And again, like Kai Jones, another player that the Mavericks should desperately hold on to in any way, shape, or form. As well as Max Christie in 31 minutes. Didn't really have the best game, but he played good defense. He had 6 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Shot 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 0 of 2 from 3, but 2 of 5 from the floor. And Jaden Hardy, don't let the box score fool you, because he did have 15 points, 2 steals, 2 rebounds, shot 1 of 2 from 3, and 7 of 9 from the floor. And you could argue that it is true. All of his points, the majority of his points, did come in garbage time in the fourth quarter. So even though he had 15 points, that 15 really didn't mean much. But the Dallas Mavericks, even though they lost tonight against the New York Knicks, they definitely did play. Some players did play very well. Some stood out. Some are showing that they can continue to step up when need be. But only one player can stand on business, and I think we all know exactly who that player is going to be. And that player is Naji Marshall. Had 38 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 7 rebounds, shot 1 of 3 from 3, but 17 of 25 from the floor. And not only did he break his own personal records, but he broke some NBA records as well. Found himself in some pretty good company. If we take a look right here, Naji Marshall went crazy tonight. Despite the loss, had 38 points, 7 rebounds, 0 turnovers, and shot 17 of 25 from the floor. Is this right? In this right here, one of the records that he broke, or one of the clubs that he joined, and in the play-by-play era since 96-97, Marshall joined Michael Jordan, Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, Al Jefferson, Bison Dele, and Luis Scola as the only players to record at least 28 points in a half while making 1 or fewer three-pointers and 1 or fewer free throws. Pure ethical hoops. No spamming the threes. No trying to foul bait, get to the line. Pure floaters. Naji Marshall had an amazing game tonight. But that's not all. Naji Marshall ended the game with a career-high 38 points and 7 rebounds at New York. Marshall was averaging 23.5 points while shooting 54% from the floor and 7.8 rebounds in his last 12 games. It just goes to show how deep this Mavericks team really is. Obviously, with injuries, some guys are going to play heavier minutes. They're going to do more. We're going to see more of them, but it's about what you do with those minutes. We see a player like Jaden Hardy who is getting more minutes, but not able to do that much with it. But we got someone like Naji Marshall who has a bigger role, who's getting more minutes, and he's making the most out of it. We are seeing Naji Marshall unlocked. But the last thing I'm going to show you guys this right here. Brandon Williams, Kai Jones, and Kessler Edwards, in their own ways, have proven they absolutely belong in the league. And I have to absolutely agree. The guys definitely stepped up when need be. Brandon Williams, like I said, it's like headband Kyrie out there, looking like the point guard that we will rely on next year until Kyrie comes back. And we got Kessler Edwards, who honestly just earned a spot on this team, if you ask me. He's been playing out of position as a 6'8" center, 6'9" center, and he's a two-way guy, starting, playing heavy minutes, has been huge for us, who has helped us win games, who has helped us stay competitive in some games. And although Kessler Edwards really didn't have that great of a game tonight, that isn't indicative on how good he is as a player. And I do believe that he deserves, in some way, shape, or form, deserves to stay with his team. And then you got Kai Jones. Just an absolute beast, an absolute animal. And to think that he could potentially be our third string center alongside Daniel Gafford and Derrick Lively, where if you really want to, you could put Kai Jones along with one of our other bigs out at the same time just to increase the size and the defense, is absolutely unparalleled. The way that Kai Jones plays the game of basketball as a big man, we need to hold on to that. We should not let that type of player just walk for nothing. But it's going to be a tough decision because not all 3 players will be able to make it onto the roster. On April 10th, the Dallas Mavericks will be able to sign one of our two-way guys to the remaining roster spot. On April 12th, we'll be able to sign 2 of them due to the pro rate era date being ended, whatever that means. But either way, just know that on April 12th, we will be able to sign at least 2 of our two-way guys. I think Kai Jones and Brandon Williams, either both or one of them, will get a roster spot, whereas we'll probably try to find a way to keep Kessler Edwards around, maybe give another 2-way contract if he's eligible. But that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing a giveaway every single month on this channel. Only way to enter our giveaways is to become a channel member of any tier. But till next time, y'all take care, drink water. Peace.